yeah. Love ironing. Let's talk about ironing.
Look, that's how it's on. We're started.
Oh,
so
okay.
you want to start with ironing. You love ironing. I'm going steaming. I can't iron. No,
But
no.
then, I raise you a steam iron, like a proper, I have a unit. And the reason I came to this is a fascinating story. I was on Richard Osman's House of Games.
Yes.
And on that show, they have so many outfits.
Yeah.
5 outfits, one for each day.
Yeah.
So I went to speak to the wardrobe person because she had to do, with him, it's 25 outfits per show. And she said, this is the iron for you. I forget, it's an Italian iron. And it has a steam unit. And then I have a whole vat of 25 litres of de-ionized water.
Oh my word! You're going full
yeah,
iron.
but it's amazing. It just it glides over and you're done in seconds.
No, but you see,
for years I've been going.
No.
Like I've been like Austin Powers in the corridor.
Sorry, I can't. No, you haven't gone to Steam World yet, have you?
What's that?
You just plug in a steamer. It has a bit of water in it. Steams your clothes. Hang it up on a hanger. Done.
Does it work?
Yeah, I took it to House of Games.
Did you take it with you?
I took it with me. I take it with me everywhere. Okay. Every time I do any TV show, I go, vroom, vroom, vroom. And then you walk in and the stylist, who's ever working on the show, they go, oh, you're nicely ironed. I go, no, steamed.
Steamed. And also kills all the clothes moths.
Oh, don't. No, let's not talk.
They do not bring me joy.
No.
Hate
no. I like all animals, apart from clothes moths. And I've got a fantastic jumper that I got in a charity shop. It's neon pink, because I love neon.
Love.
The moths love it too.
Yeah.
I took it to somewhere to get them to do the secret sewing.
Oh, that's good.
No, it's not.
The previous owners of our house went for full wool carpets in about 1990. And then when we moved in, it was just you'd move a bit of furniture, there'd just be a hole in the floor.
Moths.
Horrendous.
I didn't know we were going to start with moths.
I'm sorry that I brought this up.
No, I'm very happy you did. Also, just before we started recording, you did get concerned that you hadn't shaved.
I haven't shaved.
And that your mum was going to write into YouTube.
My mum, just when I shave, she sort of just goes, that's better. I don't know what it is. It's a
Does she really?
Yeah, but I think I suppose she's quite into ironing as well. Ironing, nicely
shaving.
turned out.
She likes to shave.
Likes everything like vacuumed, nice, clean surfaces.
Do you have to take your shoes off at the front door?
Shoes off at the front door. It's all very,
She doesn't have
tidy.
Plastic over the sofa.
Oh God, no. We're not that level. No. It's it's a house. It's for living in, but it's tidy. It's tidy. It's organised.
I imagine you like that though, because you are.
Yeah, I do like tidying.
Immaculate.
Actually.
Whenever we see you on television, whenever I've interviewed you, you're always immaculate. So I love that you've started with worrying about the shaving and you've talked about ironing. You are, and your hair is always exactly very Gareth Malone hair.
Yeah, I went to the special Gareth Malone shop this morning. No, I just kind of ruffled it, and I like it. I think I like things to look roughly organised, but not like I'm trying too hard.
Were you like that as a child?
No, I mean I was explosively untidy as a teenager.
Oh, really?
But aren't all teenagers? I think teenagers that are like super, super, super tidy, I sort of worry about. I feel like you should be worrying about other hormonal things.
You have one teenager and one tween just about to be.
Yeah, just about. I'm just about to hit it with the
Have
boy.
you got the...
the grunting.
Yeah.
We've got a grunter, yeah. Reachable, but
reachable grunter.
Yeah, but grunty.
Do you sing around the house with your kids? Do you?
All the time.
Can I come and live with you?
Of course, come round. We've got a piano in the kitchen, a guitar in the kitchen at all times. So
a piano in the kitchen?
Yeah, we've got a piano in the kitchen.
I've never heard... That's the first time in my life I've ever heard of somebody having a piano in the kitchen.
Well, we're quite lucky because we've got this sort of back kitchen space that I suppose at some point somebody must have knocked something through. Well, this back kitchen space, and we've got our next door neighbours were moving out, and they said, "Oh, do you want this old piano we've got?" And it's one of those. Do you know about Danneman pianos?
I'm really sorry, I don't.
Okay,
but Joe and look at them. They look.
They're like I guess in the 1970s, Danneman made school pianos, and any school you went into, you'd find these pianos, and they're kind of workhorse pianos, but they're actually quite nice.
Are they upright?
Upright pianos. No, you can get grands as well, but this is a small upright. But they've just got a nice sound, and you can abuse them for years and years because they're built for schools. So that's the one in the kitchen, and I got it for free.
Oh, how lovely!
It's
What's
not
the
the main
morning song then? I mean, do you say good morning? Good, every morning.
There's music practice happens in the morning in our house because that's one of my big learnings from my own childhood, which is when my mum used to try and make me practice after school. But the brain, just by that point in the day, I'd learnt enough, and so I decided I would do it in the morning with the kids, and I've just done that every day for the last how many years? Getting on for 9 years now.
Every day?
Well, not weekends. We rest on the Sabbath.
Okay, so did they both play the piano then?
No, string instruments. We've got violin, cello, and
of course
violin,
you have.
Yeah.
You've got a whole orchestra.
Nearly.
Does your wife play any instruments?
My wife doesn't know, but she sings very beautifully. I mean, that's the first thing you check, isn't it?
Oh, yes. Although my
yeah.
husband likes punk and reggae and I like musical theatre, but hey, it works.
That's good. Where do you meet? What's the what's the Venn diagram of musical intersection there?
Occasionally, you know what? There's a little match bizarrely in the Bee Gees. I suddenly thought that.
I'm planning to do a Bee Gees song. I'm doing "How Deep Is Your Love" on my upcoming tour.
Oh, I love that song.
That wasn't a shameless excuse to mention my tour.
We are going to talk about it.
For the first time.
Because, we're talking singing, and the idea that your wife sings while your children play is, please, can I come round for breakfast just once?
Come. Well, we do,
Gluten-free bread.
Currently there's a lot of Oasis going on because of the...
Yeah. Are you going?
8 hours of my life that I will never get back. I don't have any tickets. Do you have a hookup?
No.
No.
But I don't know anybody that I know who got tickets.
No. Nobody. I don't know who these people are. I know one guy, and frustratingly, he lives in Japan, so I don't know how he's going to have to travel
Is
from
he your
Japan.
best friend?
No, sadly not. And he's only got one ticket.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's no good.
No, I don't know anybody that actually got a ticket. But if they go, I have to say I have seen them.
Right.
Did you ever see them live?
Not really my bag.
Okay.
I mean,
Wasn't mine. Musical theatre all the way.
Yeah.
I went to see Oasis in Glasgow because I was working in Glasgow, and a friend said, "Come on, we're going to see." I like them, and they're nice enough, and I've met them, but went there, and my friend was going, "Gab." I was just going, "Oh God, this is good."
Right. Why? What? The sheer oomph of the thing.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. It was. Do you know what? It was rock and roll.
Yeah, there's quite a strong masculine energy there, isn't
and
there?
It's also, it's very,
powerful
the energy,
sound
actually, the energy on stage, as it is with you, because I've been to see you do your live show. So we're going Sing Along a Gareth 3.
We are, yeah.
But we know more about you this time.
Yes, I'm doing my life in song. So I'm going from the day that I was born, which was number one, was a re-release of Space Oddity by David Bowie. I'm going all the way through, but through songs that you know and you like to sing. So we're doing the song that was on when I was in the sandwich shop in Bournemouth in 1993.
What's that one? Oh, 1993?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, 93, 94.
Okay. Okay. Big breakfast.
Has a really good sort of a cappella beginning. Yes, you're very much in.
Joe, come on! What one? I haven't got my headphones on, so I'm not going to be able to hear. Oh, I'm going to put the headphones on. Right, go on. I swear?
No. Oh, what?
No.
Yes, I swear. But no. A bit cooler than that.
Okay.
No. Ba 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 ba.
Oh, okay, nice. All right, okay, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
That's for listeners at home. That is "Kiss from a Rose" by Sting. No,
it's
not
not Sting.
By Seal.
I said that's not
Edit
Sting.
that out.
I can tell you about music. That's not.
Edit that
That's
out.
Seal. Yeah. Never going to keep that
Seal.
in.
And we've just got lots of fun songs. We've got big lots of musical theatre.
Yes, that's what I was waiting for.
The musicals. We're doing a Les Mis medley, in which I'm just going to be all the parts.
Will you do because we had Alfie Bow on here and we did.
He can sing. He's got some tonsils.
We did but we did. No, we did. Valjean, at last we see each other plain.
Oh, nice.
Monsieur le Maire, you'll come wear a different chain.
I don't know if I can do that.
Before you say another word, I've got.
Yeah. I know that. Yeah. There, out in the darkness, a fugitive running. Fallen from
so you do that? Oh,
I'm going to schmacked that to
fabulous.
high heaven.
And what other musical theatre?
We're doing a bit from The Greatest Showman.
Oh,
We're
Do you know what?
doing-
Didn't love the film. Love the soundtrack.
The soundtrack's great, isn't it? It's
Love that soundtrack.
it's amped up.
Are you doing a
that
million?
The one about dreams, yes,
Yeah.
A Million Dreams. And there's something else we're also doing a medley of divas. So all the way from Dusty Springfield through to Lizzo and Beyonce and kind of all points in between with Madonna and.
So now the words are up. On
The words are
the
up.
words are there, so
in
we can all
glorious
sing.
Technicolor. Yes, and photos also from my life and our lives, and historical moments that happened at the same time, and gags aplenty. Yeah, but you can see the words, and this time I'm going to do a QR code. So you can also have it on your phone if you want.
Oh, that's a really good idea.
We had, sometimes you go into a venue and there's one seat that's restricted view, or they can't see the top of the word. So I thought, I know how to solve that. So there's no excuse. Everyone can sing along. You don't have to.
You don't. That's the thing.
It's not obligatory,
Yeah.
but most people do because there's so many people singing.
I said to my husband, right, we got to go and see Gareth because I get to sing along, and the girls are, my girls. I don't know whether they get their love from musical theatre from. No idea.
It's so hard to
it was
figure that
strange.
out.
And David, he wanted me to ask you, do you do any punk and reggae?
Punk and reggae is not on the list. What would I do? Punk.
Oh no, you could do Buzzcocks. Ever fall in love with someone?
Ever fallen in love with someone? Ever fallen in love?
In love with someone you
should have fallen in love with.
We've just
I
made-
know that
yeah.
from the Fine Young Cannibals version. Which
Yeah,
is
there we go.
Very fine.
They're not as young as they once were.
The Fine Cannibals.
Yes. It's such a lovely idea. But
Thank
what
you.
you've done over the years is, and that's why you're so right for this podcast, because you have spread joy. I mean, I suppose everyone knows the choir and all the stuff that you've done on telly, but the Military Wives Choir seemed to.
It chimed.
It really did.
It did. Well, it was one of those happenstance moments where I suppose I think like all good people working in the media, reading, all the newspapers and trying to keep abreast of what was going on. So I had been aware of that moment where we were not happy as a nation about what was happening in Afghanistan and in Iraq, and yet the bodies were starting to come back, and it was it was absolutely tragic, awful moment. And this letter came through the door, and so it immediately stood out from everything else because I was sort of aware of what was going on in just in popular thought, and and so it was a kind of immediate yes. And then we had to ask the Ministry of Defence. Now that is something that does not bring any joy into one's life.
Oh, really?
Just dealing with it's
So
you can imagine.
can I know
lots of
why did you
bureaucracy.
have to ask?
Because we wanted to go to a military base and
Oh, I see
film
that
on
bit.
and get permission
Okay.
to filming on a military base. You can't film that. Don't film that direction.
Yeah.
For absolutely
For
good
the right
reasons.
reasons, yeah.
But makes filming really, really complicated. Anyway, finally one day the permission came through and we went off to Devon and I took my wife, and then I just had the one daughter who was about 6 months old, and we moved down to Devon, and it was honestly from the first day I just thought, oh, this is working. And the narrative of the choir had always been, some TV producers have written down, executive had gone, Gareth arrives on the base, struggles to get women to join. Everyone's terrible at first. You could sort of see how they were thinking. And we arrived and everyone wanted to do it and everyone was good and they sounded really nice. And so we sort of had to rewrite the rule book, which was lovely for me because I'd done a couple of projects like that.
Yeah.
And suddenly it was about scale. It's like, right, well, how far can we take this? And we took it all the way to performing in front of Her Majesty the Queen,
Yes.
and which we did several times. It was amazing. And we know that, I know that she watched us and admired it, and
You've met the Queen.
she
Yeah.
gave me an award for
Yes.
in her that was the Diamond Jubilee year, it was 2012, for
Your
my work
MBE.
with the Military
Was
Wives.
it MBE?
No, like a personal award, a personal gift from the Queen. Yeah, I got this the most extraordinary. It's like it's called a chalice, and it's made out of crystal. It's absolutely extraordinary. This thing. It's about 2 feet high, and it says E2R on it. It's completely
I've got goosebumps.
Maybe I shouldn't tell you because I'll
Oh,
get
no.
robbed.
No, how lovely.
It's a beautiful thing. So Harvey Goldsmith and I both got this award, and it was a person in the gift of the Queen. So whereas the honours are, you might be nominated by your friend, and then that gets sort of approved at government level, and then the sovereign will sign it, but they haven't necessarily approved. They haven't come up with the idea. Whereas this was actually from.
What a lovely thing.
I know. I was unbelievable. I mean, the story is slightly sad because I got this call from the Royal Academy of Music where I'd studied, and they said, "Oh, there's an event on the 12th of May. Do come along." Oh, I'd love to. So I put it in my diary. Then I heard nothing, absolutely nothing. And about a day before, I was filming in Manchester, and I looked in my diary. I thought, "Oh, I'm supposed to be at that Royal Academy thing in London. I don't think I can make it." So I called up Carol from the Academy and said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I can't come. It's going to be a bit awkward to get to London." She said, "I really think you need to be there." I said, "Oh, why is that?" You're going to be getting something." Okay, so I didn't invite my mum, I didn't invite my dad, I didn't invite and what had happened was that the information had gone to our old address, and so I didn't find out.
You might have missed your chalice.
I could have missed the chalice entirely. I could have just not turned up, which would have been absolutely disastrous. But anyway, I arrived to discover literally the Knights of the Realm. Who was there? They had like 12 dames. That Judi Dench was there. Bono was there. Derek Jacobi was there.
Is Bono a dame?
Well, no, that was a separate thought.
Oh, okay.
Should be. And who else was there? I mean, it was really like
Oh.
everyone except the Pope was there. And then
you?
Well, no,
All there for you?
for this celebration of the Queen and the celebration of the arts, and it was at the Royal Academy of Arts, and I arrived there, and suddenly I got this award from Her Majesty the Queen. It was unbelievable, and it's huge, this thing, quite heavy, and
Did she actually hand it to you?
Well, no, I walked up and I said thank you so much, Her Majesty, and did a sort of clumsy bow, and then she said, I think we'll just leave it there on the pedestal. I said, yeah, I'll collect it later in a taxi, and we had a little laugh about that, and then I stood in a little circle with me, Her Majesty the Queen, Bono, and Derek Jacobi,
There's a party I'd like to go to.
It was bonkers. Anyway, there we are. That was.
Oh, how wonderful!
It was amazing. Yeah.
So all of that time, the young lad. I mean, you did three different. You did your 3 different courses after school, didn't you? You went to 3 different universities.
Yeah, I did. So I did a drama degree, and then I decided actually probably I wanted to do music. So then I started studying myself, which was much better because I was paying for the lessons out of my own money, and I was kind of really interested in it. In a way that when you're at school, it's sometimes a bit of a chore. This was suddenly really volitional. And then what did I do? Did I do 3 courses?
Didn't you go to?
I went to the Royal Academy.
Royal Academy.
Yeah. Then I went to the Royal Academy. No, I did 2.
2, right?
I lost track. Yes, you're right. 2. Yeah, and then I studied singing at the Royal Academy. What was the question?
Was
Sorry.
it Mary Hammond?
It wasn't. No, that's the music theatre side. I was on the very serious classical side, and we did lots of. We used to. There's a building to the left if you look at the Royal Academy called York Gate, which is where all the music theatre types hung out and sang. And we used to have German leader class, which is very serious, with a man called Ian Partridge. We used to have that on a Thursday morning, and. Somebody would be singing a song about, like somebody dying in a brook or something really kind of, Victorian and romantic. And there'd be the theatre singers next door going, nya, 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 like that.
Fabulous.
It was a wonderful clash of cultures. I was actually there at the same time as Ian H from Steps.
Yes, you always say that. I love that.
It's my claim to fame is that me and there are other claims to fame, but me and H did drama together.
Have you ever studied? Have you ever performed a step song in your sing-along?
No, but that's a good idea.
You've got to.
Yes.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Tragedy.
No, you're hooting, scooting, baby, driving in and cruising.
I bow to your superior knowledge. No, I can only think of S Club songs now. Is that heresy?
Reach for the
And don't stop, never give up.
I like S Club.
That's a good one.
I love the variety of stuff that you cover as well. And you're
Thank you.
passionate about spreading the joy of music. And it's
Yeah.
when we've chatted before, that's the thing that a lot of people, I find it really sad. I'm very lucky. I mean, I couldn't read music. I went to my grade 1 piano exam and I did it. And they went, "That's great. Can you do some sight reading?" I went, "No, I can't read it." And they said, "What?" I said, "I can't read it." I said, "Will you play it and I'll copy you?" So they played it and I copied. And they said, "We can't pass you." But well done. But I'm very lucky because I was trained as a singer and I've done West End shows and things. And I love singing. And when I talk about singing to people, they always look at me and say, "Oh, I can't sing." I said,
That's
"But
annoying, isn't it?
anyone can sing." And also, it's because somebody has said to them, "Oh, you can't sing."
It's
But
not
it's a
annoying to me
joyous
that they
thing.
say that. It's annoying that
they
somebody has
think-
made them
yes.
feel like that at some point.
Because
then
the
maybe
joy it
yeah,
brings.
it does. It endorphins and all.
But
those things,
everybody
really.
sings at some stage, don't they? Even
Yeah.
if they say they'll sing on their own in the shower or something.
But some toddlers are not great at singing. But at that point, you have the potential to learn. You know, when you have a class of 30 kids, there's going to be one or two that can't sing. But it is possible to get everyone to some level of singing. But if you
But
don't,
don't tell
get
that toddler that they can't sing.
No,
That's the
no,
thing.
that's
isn't
definitely not good. But if you don't do it at that age, then you've kind of, the brain doesn't make those easy connections. I think you need to get in young. You need to be singing "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star" every single night, like I do.
it? Still,
Yeah, I sing every night to my youngest, who's nearly 6.
twinkle twinkle.
Yes, because it's so good. That and Happy Birthday. It's so good for intervals. Do, 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 do. It's just very good for kind of getting the ear in, I think.
Okay, can we sing "Twinkle Twinkle" now then, please, together?
Okay. Are you happy with the key?
Yeah.
Twinkle.
I can't
Please
actually
stop.
sing "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star" with you.
This
That's
is
really
why
weird.
have I-
Musical theatre, fine, but "Twinkle Twinkle" because it's suddenly when you
very
said
simple.
they break it down. Yeah.
Yeah,
Twinkle,
twinkle, twinkle, little
I'm not going to do it now.
star.
I'm embarrassed.
I can't believe that
That's
I've
really
reached-
weird.
That's the
don't
opposite.
a dear, a female dear, happy.
There you go. Well, you're fine.
Yeah,
aren't you?
yeah,
There's,
yeah.
there's no problem with your singing
But
voice.
the thing about singing is, through the shows that you've done, everybody sort of thought, I could do it.
I think a lot of people.
Then there's so many choirs that, you've done is created the rock choirs, created all the different choirs that have sprung up. And in lockdown, you did the choir as well.
Yeah.
And that was bringing everybody together. And that's the thing I'm passionate about is a lot of people are on their own and choirs bring them together.
It's clinically proven to give you a better feeling of community and like serotonin and all of those things that make you feel nice. I can't think of any other activity because we can't all get out and play football, but most people can hobble along to a choir. My friend who's just lost her mother, one of the great joys of the last year of her life where she was very ill with dementia, she was still able to go and join a choir for people with dementia, and that's amazing because there are so many other activities that are taken away from people, but music is kind of the last thing.
Why is that? Why is it that music?
It's such a deep brain activity. I feel like, I'm not a scientist, but it's so absorbing. It uses so many parts of the brain, motor skills, and it's using all the deep stuff as well because you're having to coordinate your breath, and breath is so basic to life, and your emotions are just sort of hardwired into those songs. So I think it just goes beyond language. It goes beyond the conscious mind. I think it's deep singing, and when you've learned a song when you're 8 years old, you never forget it, do you? I can still sing all those hymns and things from.
But isn't that
primary school.
incredible? My younger daughter knows songs that I grew up with because they play them on the radio, and she knows every single word. And she looks at me, "How do I know every single word?" I said, "You will, and then you'll start not remembering every single word, but you will always remember every single word of the ones that you're singing now
Yeah,
when you're 80."
yeah, it's an amazing thing, that, isn't it? And it's sort of sad when you lose that ability, isn't it, to take on the new material? Because obviously I have to learn loads of stuff. I do think it's a very good thing about being a musician at whatever level, of keeping the brain
Oh,
going.
good. We got to keep our
It's
brains
so
active.
important, isn't it? I mean, I'm going to be 50 this year, and I
Happy
feel like
birthday
thank
to
you.
you. That's a good song to sing. You
Great
just told
song.
me, yeah.
Love that song. Yeah, and I think I still want to learn new instruments and keep.
What do you play? What instruments do you play?
Well, I
Obviously
currently play. Yeah, piano was my first
And
instrument.
conducting, yeah.
Well, yes, that's a kind of an instrument, but it's not my specialism. I played piano, I sing, I play guitar, I play bass. I really like bass. Is kind of my favourite thing to play. It's really fun because you're sort of in charge of. You're promoting the rhythm. You're locked in with the drummer. I have a great drummer, Lauren Costi, on stage with me, and she's just great fun. And that feeling of being locked in together is really it's hard to describe. Just a great teamwork.
Lovely.
And when you get something right and you do a hit together, just get everything lined up and it just kind of happens. That's very satisfying. So I love playing bass. I play electric, play acoustic, but I've watched my kids play string instruments, and I'm toying with taking up viola.
Oh. No wind instruments.
I played recorder at school, but I wasn't really into it. And then I found the spit quite off-putting.
Doesn't go with the image. The
It's just a
ironing
bit gross,
and
isn't it?
But what about saxophone? Because I can
There's
see
spit
you.
involved in
I know,
saxophone.
but I love a saxophone. I wanted to learn the saxophone, and my mother said, "You can't. You've been doing piano for 10 years. You still can't read music." And I said, "I know, but I love drums and I love
It would
saxophone."
probably have helped because then you're reading a single line. It's probably easier in some ways.
You don't have to do two hands.
Piano is really difficult. Like reading the.
I like
all
to
the
play the
chords.
piano. Just don't want to read it.
No.
But saxophone would be good.
Saxophone.
I love the sound of a
It's
saxophone.
great. The piece that I always wanted to play on the sax was do you know the film Romancing the Stone?
Yes.
There's a great
Michael
bit of
Douglas.
do 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 do. I forget who wrote the piece, but it's a really iconic 80s thing. As Michael Douglas and Kathleen Turner get onto the boat and it goes down. It's on like Broadway, I think, and it just goes off into the distance. Really, really long shot.
And is it on a sax?
It's a saxophone piece.
Okay. Well,
And
you have to learn the saxophone, do that, and sing along a Gareth 4.
It's not really a sing-along piece, but
No, but you can
people
know.
would enjoy it.
But you walk on you get pushed on a boat
Yeah.
doing that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
Look.
that's definitely the budget. You've just doubled the budget.
But also, you should do an 80s one because everyone loves 80s movies.
Quite a few 80s in there.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of 80s. I'm looking forward to Like a Prayer this time because we have a local choir. We have a music theatre choir in every venue.
That's so lovely.
They're a lot of fun. And we're doing Life is a Mystery, which is good. I'm not singing
No.
that, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That's gonna
You're
be
not
good.
singing?
Not singing that one.
Oh, okay. But you sing.
Yeah,
You
so
conduct.
I sing. I mean, there's not masses of conducting because it's the audience just looking at the lyrics and singing along. And I do a bit, a bit of organising, but mostly I'm playing. I've got two singers with me. One of whom was in the Swingles, which is an a cappella group. She was in that for 10 years. She's absolutely incredible.
The Swingles?
Yeah, do you know about the Swingles?
Then that's not the children. That's not the. No, I'm thinking of the. What is that?
I don't know.
The kids group. What am I thinking of? Not the tweenies.
It's not that.
Not the Twinky Winky. Tinky Winky.
Or that. No. The Swingles were a 1960s group who did Bach, but in a kind of jazz
okay.
style.
No, that's not
And
what
then
I'm thinking of.
they're still going, but she was in that group. So very, very good at harmony. She's an incredible performer. And I've also got Laurel, who's also an incredible performer, and she's on stage singing, playing the guitar, playing the bass, and
Wow.
we kind of swap with each other, and it's great. It's really fun.
How do people get tickets, though? Please, do they go and find you?
GarethMalone.com.
Of course.
Of course.
Oh,
for
of course,
all
of
your
course.
tickets needs. Yeah, I'm everywhere except for Scotland this time, but before you
Next
write
time.
in, we were in Scotland last year, we'll be there next year.
So will that be sing along a Gareth 4?
Yeah. I don't know what I'll do that. I mean, let me just get through this one.
No,
first.
just do 80 movies. Do movies.
I've been thinking about this, like a themed Gareth Malone, like sing along a Gareth the movie, sing along a Gareth
Yes.
music theatre. Do you think that's a good idea?
Yeah, musical theatre. Yes, yes.
Well, there's a healthy dollop of music theatre this
Okay.
time, but I'm also doing Wonderwall, just for the.
I love that.
Just
but I
because,
love
mostly
actually,
for
you've
my
got-
wife, because she couldn't get tickets. So
Yeah,
it's the only
rub
way.
it in.
It's the closest she's going to get.
But it's the cross section. That's why it works. That's why it's great. Now, please, can we end with a warm up? You did this with it on Radio 2.
Yeah.
And the amount of people that day...
They did.
No, that day came up to me and did it to me.
Bob's got a head like a ping pong ball.
They came up to me and they said, "What have you and Gareth done to me? I haven't stopped singing it all the... So we have to do it."
Actually, I got a lot of people texting me. And when you've been on screen as much as you or I have, people stop, don't they? They don't go, "Oh, I saw you on
They have
telly."
a natter, or
Yeah, but you they might, but that one really that chimed.
Bob's got a head like a ping pong. That's what the words, isn't it?
It's the William Tell Overture.
So it's Bob. So okay, listening and watching. It's Bob's got a head like a ping pong ball. What I would like is also Joe. Joe, would you like to come in and join us, please? Joe, come on. Joe works on this show.
Never seen anything so reluctant.
Joe is
Oh, here he comes.
Mr. Radio, Mr. Podcast. Oh, both of them. Come on, both of you. Come on. Right.
Guy on the street. In you come.
You should see they're looking at us, aren't they? Thinking, what are they making us do? So Joe is a legend.
I'm trying to think of. Let me think of another one.
Everyone. Well, we'll do two. They don't know that we're planning this because they can't hear it. Right, we're going to do two. Come on, come and sit down.
Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah? Welcome. You get referenced all the time. So come on. You're going to sit next to Gareth.
Come on. Nuzzle in.
Right.
Next to the
just to prove.
Come on.
Right,
This is going on YouTube on the podcast. So we've got Joe Hadder, who is a living legend in radio, isn't he? I mean, as working with him must be quite something. So he is a living legend. He's worked across all radio. Everyone in the industry knows him. Everyone out of the industry knows him. He has his own podcast about books. He's now going to on his own do Bob's Got a Head Like a Ping Pong Ball, and you've got something else lined up as a surprise.
He hasn't shaved either.
No. Okay, so are we all going to do Bob?
About 12 years.
And then you'll teach us another one.
Yes, I'm trying to think. Mine's gone blank. It'll
Okay,
come to me. Yes,
we do
good.
Bob. So just talk us through it.
So it's Bob's got a head like a ping pong ball. Bob's got a head like a ping pong ball. Well, should we warm up? So should we say let's say pa 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 pa
Pa pa pa pa pa.
ba 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 ba
Ba ba ba ba ba.
da 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 da
Da da da da da.
ga 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 ga.
Ga 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 ga.
Say budaga
Budaga.
budaga budaga
Budaga budaga.
budaga budaga budaga.
Budaga budaga budaga.
Let's say budaga ptk budaga ptk budaga.
Budaga ptk budaga ptk budaga.
So just unvoiced. Ptk
Budaga ptk budaga ptk
budaga ptk budaga ptk.
budaga ptk budaga.
Expert. There we are. Let's just warm up the
Thank you.
plosives and the brictives.
Lovely.
Get the mouth really working. A little. Should
He's
we have
really
a little?
blushing, isn't he?
Should we have a little
Joe's
shake of
bright
the jaw?
Hope you're doing this at home.
I like that one that they do on the Queen's Speech. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Film? And he goes. It's really good for just getting rid of this TMJ
Yeah.
tension.
Okay.
Now we should be nice and ready to go. Bob's got a bed. No, Bob's got a head like a ping pong ball. Bob's got a head like a ping pong ball. Bob's got a head like a ping pong ball, like a ping pong ball. Like a ping pong, ping pong, ping pong, ping pong, ping pong, ping pong, ping pong ball. Like a ping pong, ping pong, ping pong, ping pong, ping pong, ping pong ball. Bob's got a head like a ping pong ball. Bob's got a head like a ping pong ball. Bob's got a head like a ping pong ball. Like a ping pong ball.
Yay!
I mean, it's my theme tune now.
Oh, it's going to be in your heads all day.
Yeah.
Have you got another one for us? No.
The like a ping bit was quite difficult.
Like a ping pong, ping pong, ping pong, ping pong.
Well, then you're a
Like a
musician.
ping pong, ping pong, ping pong.
Yeah, we've got to get there.
That's
But it's just difficult to get it in one
Ping
go.
pong.
But I think that's about making sure that there's a good straight flow of air. I noticed from your posture, like a ping pong.
Yeah,
ping.
sorry, I went into the podcast slouch couch.
Yeah, the podcast slouch. Yes, no, we need to be upright.
Oh, it's so
We
lovely.
need a good sort of air
Singing
flow.
is good for the soul. Gareth, you are good for the soul. Thank
Thank you
you.
very much. Thank you for having me.
Gaby Roslin.